Not gonna have that problem. I'm a professional.
We're dancing tonight, so keep an eye on her.
Dancing, I don't know, but reading, I've got. So, I'm gonna read a piece from the novel that I'm working on, and I got all dressed up because I thought if I was reading weird New Orleans stuff at a goth club, I had to, match. So here we go. You don't need any backstory. It's pretty short. Let's see. And I apologize on the state you heard this twice before. Night crept up slowly, but much too early for the tourists. In the cheerful light of day, St. Louis No. 1 Cemetery with its stories of voodoo queens and vampires was fascinating, perhaps a little spine-tingling. But as night fell onto the city, lengthening the occasionally human-shaped shadows of mausoleum statues, it became quite something else. Bob was a quiet, logical man, a war veteran. He had worked the cemetery gate here for years, and very little surprised him anymore. This night was a little different. Time to move on, he said, to the scruffy-looking teenager still lurking around one of the smaller mausoleums. The boy was crouched next to the coffin-shaped stone structure, eyes fixed intently on the crack between the stone slab on top and the base, as though he expected someone to crawl out of it at any moment. Which, of course, was not at all unusual to Bob. He'd chased more drunks, gutter punks, and wannabe voodoo people out of here over the years than he could count. "Come on now," he barked, moving closer. "We're closing up." "Not yet," the young man answered, in a voice much deeper than one would have expected. "Just another minute." Bob sighed, walking closer to the kid and fingering his nightstick. "Just what I need tonight," he thought. Another drugged-up goth kid waiting for a stat or some other such crap to crawl out of the grave. On closer inspection, however, Bob decided the boy didn't quite have the look. He was wearing a ratty blue t-shirt with some obnoxious beer logo on it, and his jeans that looked like they'd once belonged to someone about 30 pounds heavier. His hair was long and black, but it looked as though it had come that way, as opposed to having come from the bottle. Overall, the kid was dirty, skinny, and maybe, Bob decided, when the boy stayed perfectly still all through his approach, just a little slow. "Hey, kid," he said, his voice softening a little. "You can't sleep here. There's a shelter over on Garone if you..." Faint scratching sound from somewhere nearby halted the declaration. "The hell was that?" Bob murmured, mostly to himself. The strange kid looked up at him for the first time, his expression almost sad, his eyes glowing eerie yellow in the moonlight. It happened all at once, giving the older man no time to react. A dull thud came from the coffin, a heavy weight slammed into his chest with the force of a small truck. A sharp pain spread through his neck, seemingly in less time than it took to blink. He was paralyzed, on his back, and gasping for air. "Don't die," a voice whispered through his mind and cord. It was soft, melodic, and only just deep enough to be recognized as male. It was, Bob thought dreamily, the voice of an incandescent angel. Please don't die. The world around him was silent and still. What few stars were visible in the city sky seemed blindingly bright from Bob's new position on his back. With barely noticeable slowness, the November night around him went from crisp to chilly to downright freezing. The stars dimmed just as slowly until his vision was almost completely black. "Jason," a voice coaxed from somewhere close by. It was the first voice Bob recognized, deep, gravelly, and belonging to the strange young man with the yellow eyes. "Jason, enough," the voice said. Bob blinked, reality coming back in a confusing rush. He was standing outside the cemetery, keys in one hand, wrought iron gate in the other. His face was flushed, and pressed against the outside of the gate. The whole of the cemetery stretched out before his slowly opening eyes. "Hey, mister!" Hearing the young man's voice so close by jerked Bob out of his stupor, or nap, or whatever the hell it had been. The voice sounded familiar somehow, although for the life of him he couldn't place from where. He searched the face for some sense of recognition, rubbing his aching temples. The kid was pale, right down to his bleached white blonde hair. His face seemed to be all round cheeks and big blue eyes. He couldn't have been more than 15, and certainly wasn't a threat, or anyone Bob knew for that matter. "We're closed," Bob snapped, glaring at the interloper. "Come back in the morning." Oh, come on, man, the kid whined. Who wants to visit a graveyard in the morning? People who want to live, Bob joked. Don't you know there are vampires in the cemetery? The kid snorted. Yeah, sure, whatever you say, man, he scoffed, his voice cracking slightly before he sauntered off, disgusted. A movement from the corner of his eye jerked Bob's attention back into the cemetery. With hands that shook a hell of a lot more than he would admit later, he pulled a flashlight from his belt and shined it into the deepening gloom. The yellow, slitted eyes of some animal reflected back at him from the darkness. The sight sent an unexpected chill down Bob's spine. Goddamn strays, Bob muttered, before switching off his flashlight and hurrying away. It was definitely time for a new job.